How's it growing, everybody? My name is Brandon Montier, aka Lil B, and I would like to welcome you to Lil B's Garden.
How's it growing, everybody? Lil B here with Lil B's Garden. Today I'm going to be discussing Masterblend, which is a hydroponic fertilizer. It's a 3-part solution, and I'm going to show you how to mix it. Okay, so real quick, supply list that you would need. It's not absolutely necessary, but I definitely suggest getting you a digital scale. This one is about $15 or so. You can find them cheaper online. You can just use little small digital scales, $5–10 I believe you could probably find them for. So you can measure this stuff by teaspoon, and it'll work, but it's better if you are more accurate. If you do use a teaspoon, the base formula for recommended is, let's go ahead and turn on our scale and then zero out our scale. So the base formula for this stuff is, this is the Masterblend. It's usually green, or I believe sometimes it comes as a bluish color. So we're just gonna go ahead and weigh out real quick. So for this, the base formula is 5 gallons of water, and it is 12 grams of the Masterblend. And what I have here is 3 cups of warm water. So I'm just drop the Masterblend into one of these cups, and then just wipe out your container. You can mix 2 of these components together, but there's a third, the calcium nitrate. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's go ahead and break this down. So there's 3 components, and it's Masterblend, Epsom salt, and calcium nitrate. That provides your NPK, which is nitrogen, potassium, and phosphorus or phosphate. So those are your 3 basic nutrients. There's also a bunch of micronutrients in here as well. There's a breakdown list for the components on the Masterblend website, so if you just want to look that up. So like I said, I went ahead and that's 12 grams for the Masterblend, and this is again for 5 gallons of water. So if you're going to do, say, a gallon, you're going to divide by 5, and that'll give you 2 point something. I think it's 2.4 for the Masterblend. So the base ratio is 12 grams for the Masterblend, then you're going to do 6 grams for the Epsom salt and 12 for the calcium nitrate. So you can scale that up and down however you need to. Just multiply times how many ever gallons of water you're going to be using. And if you need to do less, then also divide by how many gallons that you're going to be using. So let's see, we'll go ahead and mix this up, and I have a couple paper towels here to clean off everything, because you don't want to mix. These 2 are okay. The calcium nitrate, it's everything's dry. The calcium nitrate's just little beads, but you don't want to mix these 2 with this until it's fully dissolved, because you will get what's called nutrient lockout. So let's go ahead and just mix this up real quick. And you want to, I use warm water, it helps dissolve faster. So you want to make sure it's thoroughly dissolved, and then you don't want to see any granules or anything like that. And that should be pretty good. So you can also do this in like a Coke bottle or something with a cap, gallon jug. If you just add your nutrients one at a time to a gallon jug, then you can go ahead and shake it up. And I'm gonna go ahead and add this to the bucket, the 5-gallon bucket of water, and then just kind of rinse off the spoon a little bit and set this one aside. And wipe off the spoon. And then for the Epsom salt, we are going to turn our scale back on, set the cup make sure to zero it out, because you definitely want to make sure that you include the weight of this and zero it out so that it's not, your formula is not off. So for this, again, it's going to be 6 grams, which that's way over, that's 9.5. So 6 grams, yeah, a little tad bit more. Of Epsom salt. Go ahead and drop that in the water, and then wipe out our little cup. Again, for this step, it's not really necessary for the first two, but you want to mix in this order. So I could mix these two together if I wanted to, but I'm not. I'm trying to show that you want to take it each step one at a time is really best, and make sure that they're fully dissolved. So we're gonna mix that up. And again, like I said, with warm water, this works really well. They dissolve really quickly. Cold water takes a little while, and then the more you are adding, the longer it takes. So go ahead and mix that into our water. Now, I'm gonna give this a good thorough mixing. Make sure that it's all dissolved before I add the calcium nitrate, because it will cause lockout, like I said, and your plants won't get all the nutrients that they need. So a lot of times what I'll do is I'll just give it a good spin and just let it go for a little while, and then we're going to go ahead and add our calcium nitrate. Wipe off our spoon. And again, this is just precautionary. Try to keep them as separate as possible. So as I was saying with the teaspoon measurements, if you look online, there are also measurements for the teaspoon. So I believe it would be not quite 2 teaspoons for the Masterblend and the calcium nitrate, and then less than 1 teaspoon of the Epsom salts, and I'm not exactly sure on that. But like I said, you can find those numbers online. Just search, how many teaspoons of Masterblend does it take? Let's give that a stir. If you're looking to purchase the Masterblend, that you can purchase it off their website. I usually buy mine off of Amazon. It's 12 and a half, I believe 12 and a half pounds total, and that was like $40. But to give you an idea of how far this stuff goes, this container, I had 2 of these full. And this is what I have left, and it's been almost 2 years, right at 2 years, at least 2 years now that I'm thinking about it, and I still have a bunch. I had ordered some more because I am ramping up my growth, but I've grown tons of lettuce and tomatoes and peppers and basil and just pretty much everything you can imagine, and really barely put a dent in this stuff. So I've actually been giving some away as well. So, it's a good investment. You might think, well, $40, that's a lot for nutrients, but, you can always order smaller kits as well. I believe there's like a 5 pound, and then it goes up to, if you really need a lot, I think it goes up to like 25 pounds. So, but I'm gonna go ahead and give this another stir, make sure that everything else is dissolved in there, and then I'm going to add this calcium nitrate. Give it a good stir, just let it. So it really helps to make sure that your nutrients are dissolved ahead of time. You can do this in the bucket, but I've had issues with what's called fallout. The salts separate, so you'll see particulates in the water, and it's just much easier to do it this way and make sure everything is fully dissolved before you add it to the bucket. So that's just how I do it, and so far it's worked great, and I've never had problems with it. You know, the first couple of times I did mix it just straight in the bucket, and that's what I found was that I had nutrient fallout. So to get the most out of your nutrients, go ahead and just mix it separately, and then you can add it to the bucket, and then that's good to go. You add it to whatever plants you want to add it to, and again, you can use it for soil plants as well. It works great. So I just wanted to share that with y'all, and hope everybody is out there growing, and all the best. Happy growing, people.